The Christmas season is filled with tradition. Here in North America, there's something comforting about returning to routines and rituals as the days grow shorter and the weather cools. Well, that means that there are some amazing opportunities for your church to foster your own impactful holiday traditions. And in this episode, I'll tell you why even 4 boring ideas for holiday activities can become cherished traditions, leading your members to serve those in need and build deeper relationships in the community. Hello again, it's Larry Witzel with another Ministry Insight from Sermon View. Hey, we've got some great episodes coming up on social media and the risk of authenticity and reflecting on the past year to prepare for the new one. So please subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss any future episodes. Traditions can be incredibly comforting because they provide a sense of stability and continuity. And the changing season in December, coupled with the end of the year and Christmas itself, well, these all seem to foster a lot of traditions. When my wife and I had our first child, we talked about what kind of traditions that we wanted to establish for our family around Christmas. And over the years, this evolved into 5 definite traditions. First, we go to a Christmas play every year. And as Christmas approaches, we also take an evening to drive around looking at Christmas lights in those neighborhoods that go all out. Another tradition is we have Eggo waffles for Christmas breakfast. And then we gather together to open presents as a family. Now, our 5th tradition is actually a parenting hack that my wife figured out. When the kids were younger, we always hung stockings on the fireplace for our kids. She would wrap some small toys like a Matchbox car or a Polly Pocket and put them in a stocking for each child. And on Christmas morning, they knew that they could go straight to the stockings and open everything inside each of their stockings. They also knew not to come wake up mom and dad, giving us a little bit of rest before we came down for breakfast. The stockings bought us a couple hours of peace until we're ready for opening the bigger Christmas presents. Well, your church can be part of the holiday traditions for some of the families in your own community. And I want to give you 4 very boring outreach ideas for the holiday season and then tell you how you can turn these into cherished holiday traditions. 1. A special Christmas program. This doesn't have to be on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. At my church, we used to do a big Christmas program on a Saturday night a couple of weeks before Christmas with music and drama and a short message from the pastor. We would do a big marketing campaign to invite people from the community, and we always asked people to reserve seats because that allowed us to collect information that we could use later to invite them to future events. 2. A live nativity or walk through Bethlehem. There's a church about an hour north of Portland where we live who do a huge walk through Bethlehem production every year. And it's become a holiday tradition for a ton of families. Thousands would make the 2-hour round trip just to experience it. I also know a couple other churches in my area that do smaller versions of this. And one of these pastors told me that after just a couple of years, he started seeing the same families coming year after year. 3. Christmas tree lighting. Does your church have a giant tree visible from the road? Well, hold a community Christmas tree lighting program. The Christian high school down the road from us does this every year, and they make a big deal of it. The mayor comes, the school chorale sing a couple of songs, and there are cookies and hot cider and hot cocoa. And it's done early in the season before it gets really busy. And number 4, toy drive. My own church has done a toy drive for years now. We put a big barrel in the lobby where people can drop new toys for several weeks at our weekend services. And we've partnered with a local homeless shelter to make sure those kids have a nice Christmas too. So those are 4 activities that could become new Christmas traditions for your community. I know a lot of churches do these, and there's nothing particularly original about them. Still, any of these could become cherished holiday traditions in your community. And how do you do that? 1 word. Consistency. Do it every year. Don't take a year off. Whatever you decide to do, it doesn't have to be a big production. The important thing is consistency. And frankly, consistency is way more important than perfection or even quality. When you do the same thing year after year, even if it's not a first-class production, you'll find families looking forward to this new tradition, and you'll be building some great relationships in the community. What are some of your own holiday traditions? Let me know in the comments. If you're a pastor or leader in your church, I know the holiday season is extra busy for you. And even though you know that the extra work from some of your church's holiday events is worth it for reaching families, it's still extra work. So be sure to give yourself space this season to spend time with your own family. And thank you for your leadership and your vision for reaching the community. I love you guys. I'm cheering for you. I'll see you next time.